Starting like a bit of villains, just words of plain and full palms. Does it talk? Does it know how? Does it bark? Does it meow? Is it intellect of power? The intellect of power. The intellect of power.
Welcome back to Cerebrivore. I am Jason, the Nerds RPG Variety Cast. Today I am joined by Eric Salzwedel of the Omega 3D Chicken Coop podcast and Joe of the Hindsightless podcast. We're going to create characters for ICRPG Vigilante City. If this is a game you're interested in playing and you're free at 9 p.m. Central on Thursdays, then reach out, let me know, and you may be able to join our group. So this is just a raw recording, unedited. There may be a little bit of drink involved, and it's not a total character creation, but it does wander around a little bit. We create the basics of the characters here, but it's basically a couple guys sitting around for 40 minutes creating characters. If that sounds interesting, hang out. If it doesn't, then wait for the next episode. Anyhow, I'm going to let you listen to the character creation now. After that, the episode will just play out. Thank you for tuning in. We appreciate it, and I hope you enjoy.
Welcome to another episode of Thursday Night ICRPG. I'm your host, Eric.
Whoops. I didn't mean to do that. I almost bought another copy of Vigilante City. I don't need to do that. I already own it.
Don't buy another copy of Vigilante City. Yeah.
I guess I could always donate it to Joe.
We will be using a combination of Master Edition and the old Vigilante City.
Okay.
Because there's some things that I like in both of them. But we'll be doing the random character creation in Master Edition, but you don't need that if you don't have it, because I have it. You just be rolling dice.
What sort of dice do we need?
All the dice.
That's an excellent question. ICRPG typically uses all of the dice, but in this instance, let me open up to the section that talks about Vigilante City. Oops. Vigilante City. D20. Oh, never mind. I lied.
You don't want to use champions? Fuck yeah.
Let me see here. What are the other dice? I'm sure a D20 is needed, but that's actually the block event table. Okay, that's the district, that's the cities, that's the stuffs. There's some more stuff, some starting gear, some blah. Okay, yes, a D20 will be needed. What else would be needed? Let me look here. That's another D20, so at least one D20. You're rolling that multiple times. You'll definitely need a D10.
First time busting out my dice since I moved. They're all mixed up together.
It's about time.
I know, man.
How's the new place?
It's cool enough, man. It's tiny, but whatever, you know.
You'll need a D12.
A D12
for your origin. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah, D20, D10, D12, that should be good enough.
Oh, I guess I should go get those too, huh? I'm such a slacker. Hold on. Where would I have dice?
Oh, nice.
So we're starting a little bit late because Joe had to help somebody level up a character in an inferior game. You want to
Oh,
tell us about that, Joe?
Are you podcasting right now? Is that what's happening?
We've been
I'm hoping
podcasting.
you're going to cut out all of this shit because this is kind of
This is what people love.
yeah. I don't know. Okay, D20, D10, D12. Got it.
That should be enough. Yes. Yes. I typically dungeon master in the voice of the little artist guy from Ghostbusters 2. I know the bad guy's name is Vigo, but what's his name?
I always think his name is Vigo too, but that's not right.
Yes, it's not. He becomes possessed by Vigo. So
Yeah,
I guess he is Vigo.
Jason, what's his name? You should know this.
No, I don't know what his name is. It's Peter, isn't it? No, Peter. It's Peter.
That's Venkman. That's Dr.
it's
Venkman's name. Oh,
It's,
come on, man. You're our filmographist, the professor of film in the Anchorites.
Ghostbusters 2 isn't my favorite.
It's
Well,
not. It's not.
nobody.
Did you see the true Ghostbusters 3 Afterlife?
I have not.
Oh,
No.
it's fantastic. It's got the right amount of nostalgia, the right amount of new, and I'm not gonna lie, every time I watch the end, I cry.
Dr.
cry.
Yanis, something or another.
Yeah, cry might be an over exaggeration. My eyes definitely get very moist.
Nice. Okay.
We don't want to watch out for that.
Nice.
To watch out for that moist eyes.
Yep, moist eyes.
All right. So everyone has their dice. Does everyone have a piece of paper and stuff?
What? Yeah.
Did I not?
Mm-hmm.
Download.
I do.
Or whatever you use to write things down. Stone tablets.
You know, like papyrus. Myself.
Do you? Papyrus. Jason's very old school. He wears.
You're new school though. Aren't you using your 3D printer to take your notes?
Yeah, I'm actually there's no notes I need to take right now, so it's all you guys. I don't even know what adventure I'm going to run. It's all going to be random. I'm going to do this. I'm going to go full Runehammer on this and embrace the chaos.
Do I need the print and play minis? Probably not, huh?
No, you don't.
I downloaded the wrong PDF. Hold on.
Let me know when you're ready to roll.
Oh yeah, you're following your lead. We're good.
Okay, awesome. So what we're going to do is we're going to use a combination of ICRPG Master Edition and ICRPG Vigilante City 1.1 Rev, whatever you want to call that. Just because Master Edition kind of cut some stuff out, because just Vigilante City alone of the original is like 53 pages, and it's not 53 pages inside of Master Edition. So, but Master Edition is pretty tight. If you don't own it, it's a solid little book. It's got enough there. But when you combine 1.1, it's got even more. So what we're going to do is we're going to roll up randomly what your powers are, what your origin is, and what your special, like, there's some other, what do they call it? It's got a different name. Oh, here's the origin story. It's not power, because you have powers and traits, I think is what it's called. We'll get there. What I'm going to make sure, though, is that no one can have the same origin story or same power, so that no one's stepping on anyone's toes. So if like Jason rolls super strength, I'll take that off, and then we'll basically flip a coin with D6, whether we go high, like one slot above that or one slot below it, so that we can make sure every character is unique. Also, if we get to something that doesn't quite make sense, we can also be like, we can re-roll or modify it a little bit too. Like if you roll one of the abilities that like is good for guns, but it doesn't make sense for your character to use guns, then we'll re-roll and see it's come up with something that makes sense. Is that cool?
That's cool.
Sure. Now, and those are some of those things, like the no duplicate of origins are your rules, not ICRPG, correct?
Yeah, if those are in ICRPG, then I didn't read it. That's just something that when I was reading through this, I was like, hey, I want to make sure that no one's stealing anyone's thunder when it comes to powers, right?
Right.
That's going to be my character name, Thunderstealer.
Thunderstealer, maybe that's your special abilities. You steal other people's powers. Jason will be Spotlight Hog. Like, okay. So depending on what you guys roll, your characters could kind of be like high powered, or they could kind of be more street level, or like a combination, right? So we're going to just focus on rolling the powers and then kind of creating up with a concept. So first thing we're gonna do is gonna roll hero powers. We're gonna alternate. So I'm gonna have one person roll, next person roll to kind of keep it flowing. So I'm gonna let the mustache himself, Jason Connerly, roll first for his first power. So Jason, why don't you roll a d20 and let's see what power you get.
Okay, so which book where are we at?
I'm in the Master Edition on page 260.
Thank you. I asked for Joe's sake, not for mine.
No, that's fine. Like, you don't even need the book right now because I'm just going to tell you the prompts and you can write them down and use that to kind of do it.
That's good. Now, and are we going to do?
You can roll at the table.
Are we doing 3 powers, or are we doing just
3 powers?
We are going to do 3 powers. Okay.
Oh yeah. We're gonna be Marvel superheroes in this thing.
So the first roll is a 4.
All right, so you have the ability of flight. By some means, you can fly with amazing speed and precision. So I'm not going to tell you what that is, and you don't have to decide that. Maybe as you go through, it'll kind of determine, is that wings? Is it gravity powers? Is it a jetpack? Whatever. So, okay, so we know Jason can fly. So that means that Joe's character is not going to have the power of flight. We know that. Okay.
Right. So sad.
All right, so Joe, why don't you give me a D20 roll?
Okay, here we go.
See what you got.
Boom. I got a 1.
Okay, so a 1 gives you the power of acrobat. Perform amazing maneuvers, evasion, or stunt using dex.
Okay.
So you're.
I don't hate that.
Yeah. Awesome.
So we don't know. We got to see what
Spider-Man.
Yeah, it could be anything at this point. It could be Beast, Nightcrawler.
Yeah,
he could be the Crow.
You could be the Crow. Fairly acrobatic. All right, Jason, give me a D20 roll. Let's see what your second power is.
15.
You have regeneration.
Yep, that doesn't suck.
No, so you can heal an injury and regrow damaged tissue. So not only can you fly, you can also regenerate. Okay. Excellent. I'm liking it. Okay. Joe, give me your second power.
I rolled an 11.
All right. You have a mega brain.
Mega brain?
Yes. Super intelligent.
I thought I was going to have to play somebody different.
No, this is Joe, the role-playing game.
Mega brain. Okay.
So you're super intelligent, psychic visions, and mind control.
Oh shit. Okay, so it's more than so super smart, psychic.
Yeah. And when we actually are gonna play, each of these has 3 basically power levels. So we'll go look at Mega Brain just because it's fun. So this game uses stun points because it's really hard to kill the heroes, and it's more about stun and kind of you burn up your energy, and then you're kind of stunned and taken out of the battle. So you basically have 3 tiers of power. So your first one is make any intelligence or wisdom type attempt with no roll, gleaning all the details or workings of a situation, person, or place. And that's 1 point.
Right.
2 points would be read the thoughts, memories, or intentions of a target with an intelligence roll. Pay this same cost and use intelligence to resist such an attempt against you. Okay, Professor X. And then for 3 points, which is your maximum power level, extend your mind reading power, implant thoughts or verbal messages in any number of targets within a mile with an intelligence roll.
Wow.
Yeah. So you got a big brain. You big brain. Wow.
So that's when you want to treat him like a little baby. Don't punch yourself. Why are you punching yourself?
Right, why are you punching? Quit hurting yourself.
All right. Let's see what the third power of Jason's character is.
17.
Super senses. See, smell, or hear for miles. Detect details with touch.
Okay.
So you're kind of, Superman doesn't really have regeneration, but you're kind of Superman-y right now without the super strength and laser beam eyes. And super speed.
Yeah.
But you can fly, you can regenerate, and you have super senses.
You're like Sabretooth, but with flight so far.
Yeah, he'll make. Well, he doesn't need to be detective because with your mega brain, you could be the detective.
All right, Joe.
Let's see what yours is.
Let's see what your third power is.
I got a 19.
Oh, so you have super strength. Wow, this is kind of an interesting character. Like I'm kind of can't think of a hero. I'm sure someone is back. Well, actually, Eric, I read this comic book and it's exactly like this. But I personally can't think of a hero that's exactly like the two of the superheroes you guys have rolled up. So Joe's got acrobatics, a mega brain, and super strength. So you are stronger than any human could ever be. That's what it says.
Nice. Okay, sweet, man.
Very interesting. Next, we're going to go to the hero properties. And these are just properties of your hero. This is where we might do some re-rolling because it might not make sense based on your character. And this time I'm actually going to have Joe roll first since Jason rolled first last time. Very selfish, Jason, on your part to be the first roller. But this is going to give you some different things. We're also going to roll for 3 properties here. They're kind of concepts. They might give you some certain things like a supercar or a spaceship or something. But it's very interesting. It could make your character even weirder than they already are. So Joe, give me your first D20 roll. Let's see what you got.
If we're still rolling D20s, I got an 11.
Okay, so your character is relentless. You don't stay down. Roll a 15 plus to pop up with 1 hit point when dying.
Nice. Okay.
So you're relentless. All right, Jason.
A 5.
A 5. Genetics. Oh, you get to start with 1 mastery in all of your powers. That's pretty cool.
Nice, dude.
The perfect man. All right, Joe, what do you got next?
I rolled a 1.
Okay, so this is one where we might want to re-roll. It says ammo for days. Super soldiers have clips and ammunition hidden all over. Any weapon that uses ammo has unlimited capacity in their hands. Do you feel like your character would use a gun?
I don't think so.
Okay, I don't think so either. So I'm just going to bump you up 1 to been there, done that. You've been fighting the good fight for years, seen it all. Start with 3 mastery and 2 of your powers. And we'll work there. We'll figure that out later, but just you can write down been there, done that.
Got it.
All right. So you're relentless, been there, done that. Okay, Jason, you are genetics and
13.
13 sanctum. Oh, you
nice.
got your crystal palace in the North Pole now too. You have a home base somewhere in the city. It is expertly hidden, contains supplies, basic adventure equipment, and a crime computer. Super villains in the city are always searching for the sanctum to take it as their own. All right. So Joe, let's roll your last property.
4.
4. Electro. Using any source of electrical power, you can restore to full stun points. If your stun points is full, a powerful electrical source can make all your actions ultimate for 1d4 rounds.
Cool.
How do you feel about that one?
I feel that's fine. That's fine.
Okay.
So basically, you're like King Kong in the Godzilla movies, because if you remember King Kong in Godzilla versus King Kong, and in King Kong Lives, and what was the other one? The King Kong Escapes, I think.
Okay.
Where anyway, in those he had electrical powers, and he recharged with electricity. Oh yeah.
Wow, I did not know that. Okay, that's good to know.
All right, Jason, let's see what your last property is.
12.
12. Retconned is that one. Let me see. Veterans like you have had their storylines revamped several times. Anytime you encounter a supervillain, you have already battled them, maybe even killed or been killed by them. Your look has been redesigned several times. Okay, that's just your property here. That's kind of like adding the comic book like vibe to it. You got it. You're retconned.
Okay.
All right, let's roll. I'm going to give you each a weakness too. just because that's fun.
Yeah.
All right, so Jason, roll a d10. You're gonna roll 2 of them. I don't care if you roll them both at the same time or one after each other.
Okay. Okay, the first one is a 5.
Okay.
Oh, you want the other one too? The second one's a 3.
Okay, so your weakness is water. If touching you or submerged, would you roll 3?
Yeah.
You become mortal, lose the use of your powers.
Okay.
All right. So Joe, give me your D10 rolls. They can be at the same time or 9.
I got 9 and 7.
Okay, fear of a specific phenomenon. You can let me know what that is.
Okay.
You become overloaded. Your power. You can only use your powers at stun value 3. So when you become afraid, you use your powers at their maximum capability.
Okay.
And what you're afraid of, you can figure that out later. All right, let's check out each of your origin stories.
So those were 2 separate ones, the overload and the fear? Okay.
Yes. So you overload when you become afraid of whatever phenomenon, whatever you're afraid of. Is that whether it's afraid of heights or you're afraid of fear of failure, a fear of spiders? Okay. I don't know.
And then I just start using everything I have to like get the hell out of there or whatever.
Yes.
Got it. Okay. Perfect.
All right. So Jason, I'm going to have you roll your origin story. This is a D12.
Okie dokie. A 2.
Okay. You're feral. They found you in the wild where you learned to survive.
Okay.
Does that work for you?
Not particularly, but that's okay.
So if it doesn't, roll me a D6. And if you roll low, then we'll go with a 1. And
I rolled high. I rolled a 6.
Okay, trained. Your skill is no accident. You have earned every ounce of your power.
Yeah, that works better for me.
Okay,
yeah.
Great. All right, Joe, give me your D12 roll for your origin story.
Oh, okay. Roll D12.
I know, right?
You use more great swords or great axes.
4. Pathfinder. Yeah, 4. Born this way, cosmic rays, crocodile DNA. For whatever reason, you're different.
So I'm a mutant.
No, that's a different one.
Okay.
you were born like you came out of your mom's womb, or you hatched from an egg, or something.
You know what it doesn't show is that you're actually you're a great ape. You're from Gorilla City.
Dude, Jason, I am. As soon as you said King Kong, I started thinking about Gorilla Grodd.
Yeah.
Actually, you're not. Your character's pretty damn close to Gorilla.
He's pretty close to Gorilla Grodd, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice, man. I'm right there. Yeah. I think I'm gonna play a simian.
Yeah, no, that totally makes sense. You're acrobatic, super strong, got a big brain.
Yeah.
It actually fits perfectly.
Yeah. Dude, as soon as you said King Kong, I was like, holy shit, Gorilla Grodd.
And the fear thing, even to some degree, it just depends. Obviously you don't have to play Gorilla Grodd, but
no. But what's he scared of in the comics?
I don't know. I haven't read a whole lot of comics with him.
I thought you said,
but I'm sure he is though, and you would think, I'm sure something makes him freak out, right?
I got to figure that out. Okay. Origin story.
All right, now your hero mission. All right, so Jason, give me a D12 roll again.
Let's see. 2.
Okay, freedom. This kind of makes sense. I think you got the genetic, you're trained. No matter what it takes, you'll be free of those who contain you. Are you feeling that one?
Who contain me?
Yeah.
No, not really.
You're not feeling that one? Okay, that's fine. Give me another D6 roll then for high-low.
Oh, wait, you want a D6. It's not a D6. A 4.
That's high. Okay, this one says restore order. One street at a time, you'll get this city back on track.
That fits more in what I was thinking.
Okay, fair enough. Joe, give me your D12 roll.
D12. Yes, I need to roll this again. 12.
Leader, destined to command a team of supers, get to work, find the members. Are you feeling that one?
I don't want to be the leader, no.
All right, give me another D12 roll then.
You're destined to lead your race.
Yeah, the superior race.
Free all the 12 monkeys. You got to free all the animals.
5.
Revenge. Your soul doesn't matter. They all die for what they've done.
I like that better.
Okay, that's your mission is revenge then.
I don't want to be the leader.
Well, you'd lead Jason. I mean, unless after someone listens to this character creation, they're like, oh my God, this game sounds amazing.
It does sound fun. I'm excited for this. Is this everything?
So from a character creation standpoint, I mean, so the next thing would be to build with your 12 stat points, and then kind of flesh out your character, right? So, in an ICRPG, you can assign your 12 stat points to any of the basic skills, right? So you have your standard D&D-esque stats: strength, dex, con, intelligence, wisdom, charisma, right? And then you have your effort dice, which you can also add bonuses to, which you got your basic effort D4, weapons and tools D6, guns D8, energy and magic D10, and ultimate D12.
Are you using the standard character sheet?
Yeah, the standard character sheet.
Do we want to share a character sheet with Joe?
Yeah, there's actually an ICRPG character sheet that's a little fancier, but
okay, either one. I was just thinking that might be helpful.
Yeah, let me pull that up.
It's a little easier visualizing because you're going to put points into like armor and basic effort, weapon
defense,
effort, or defense and master and stuff like that. So it's easier if you're looking.
Yeah, I built one.
Here, I'm going to post it in our chat channel. This is the ICRPG Master Edition basic sheet. There's also an ICRPG Vigilante City character sheet too, which is admittedly, if I remember correctly, a bit chunkier. It's got a little bit more going on.
Yeah, it is. Now it has
This looks familiar.
Actually, I don't know if there's a PDF of that, but here
it's in the
book. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy the image and then paste it into the chat.
Would psychic powers, would that be magic?
No.
So the way the game works is you do attempts and then you roll effort if it requires it, right? So an attempt is going to be using your basic stats. And if you look, if you look at your mega mind power, that uses intelligence, right? Super strength is going to use strength. Acrobatics is going to use dexterity for those abilities. Right. Now, when you're rolling for damage or effort, as they call it, so like let's say you're punching something, that would be like basic effort, right? And if you wanted to like increase your punching damage, you would add to your base on basic effort. But let's say your character like wielded a katana and that used weapon effort, you would want to add your base there. Magic, if you were like trying to like explode someone's brain, I would probably say that's magic effort.
Okay.
As an example, or if you were trying to like, let's say I said it was like 3 hearts, which is
magic efforts. What you have something to give. Basic efforts when you're using no tools effectively. Weapon effort is if you're using a weapon. Magic, I mean, you could. I'd have to go back and look at Vigilante City, but magic efforts if you're using like magic stuff. Ultimate efforts when you roll you're either using a hero point or you're rolling a natural 20. But it's not like how hard the thing is, which effort it is. It's you. I don't mean to contradict.
You just contradicted the crap out of me, man. I feel sad now. I'm gonna have to go to sleep. No, that's a good explanation, Jason. You've read ICRPG more times than I, so I believe you.
Yeah, it's what you're using determines what kind of effort you roll.
Right. That
Yeah.
makes sense. That makes
Yeah.
sense.
Sorry.
No, why would you apologize?
Because
You're gonna edit that out,
You're going
though.
to punish me now.
You're gonna edit that out though, right? So I don't sound as dumb.
Of course.
Okay.
Great. Thank you.
So how many points do we have? You said 12?
You have 12.
Okay.
Now, what I don't remember is, do they limit you? Obviously, you can't put like 12 points into one thing.
No, you can.
Oh, can you?
Yeah, I mean, so this game is
That's true.
there's
Yeah.
a target number, right, Joe?
Right.
You have a DC for everything. And the way ICRPG normally works, now whether Eric runs it this way or not, I don't know, but normally the way it works is every scene has a base target number, right?
Mhm.
And that same target number you're going to use for whatever. Now, if something's a little bit harder, he could say this is hard and add 3 to that target number. Or if it's easy, you might subtract 3. But everything in the scene is going to have a base target number. So to succeed, you roll D20, add your appropriate stat. If you have, maybe you'll have something else that would add in. You have gear or something that would add to that roll as well.
Yeah.
So it's a D20 plus modifiers trying to beat the target number.
Got it.
Typically, it's your stat, and then you like if it's a resistance roll or something like that, you do a stat. If it's an attack, you would use one of these, or you're trying to do effort, you would you pick a lock or attack something or do something.
Right.
You wouldn't be, it'd be you're rolling the effort die, and that would the effort. Actually, I take it back. You roll your stat plus maybe something gear to succeed, and how much effort you do. The effect of your success is when you roll the effort die, right? So it might be 1 heart, which is normally 10 points. Like a lock might be 1 heart, so it might take 10 points to pick that lock. If you're using lock picks, then it'd be weapon effort, and so you'd roll D6 to see how effectively you get through that lock. So it might take you 2 turns to get through that lock.
Got it.
Right. And some special abilities might modify it. So like, for example, Joe, with super strength, if you spent 1 of your stun points, when you attack with your fist or melee weapon, you roll ultimate plus strength damage, let's say you had plus 10 strength, you'd run a D12 plus 12, D12 plus 10, and that would be, like pretty good damage.
Yeah. Okay. And I have 12 points to spend. Got it.
Yeah, so you got 12 points to spend there. And then you also get 1 starting loot from Vigilante City or any of the worlds. Obviously, some negotiating there. And loot is like, it's better than basic equipment, right?
Right, yeah.
And then you get 3 total starting equipment from any world as well. So for example, some starting equipment they have here: thumper pistol, X-Tech assault rifle, plastisteel riot armor, ion pack, which could make you fly, a team suit, street pack, all the knives. That one's funny. Knives, so many knives. Even when throwing or breaking knives and swords, you always have more.
That's awesome.
But some other loot that's available. Let me see here. Okay. I'm like in Elfheim, which is like the fantasy one.
You got any thoughts on loot, Jason? What you're gonna take?
No, not at the moment.
What are you thinking about for your dude? What are you thinking your dude's like?
So he is going to be some kind of detective, like mystery man kind of guy, who's out to, out to try to fight crime and all that kind of thing. He has a secret sanctum and all that. I'm thinking the super senses and regeneration are probably his powers. Flight might actually, well, I guess this game doesn't really have where it would matter. So I guess those would just all be his powers. But need to get him a good raincoat. But since water is his weakness. But
the umbrella.
Yeah, when it rains, crime rules, right?
Yeah.
He had to move. He had to move away from Seattle.
Hey, a crow reference. It can't rain all the time.
That's goddamn right.
There
Cannot.
could be a scene of you angstily playing a guitar on top of a rooftop as it's
More
raining.
like skating. It's more like surfing and skating. My heart for everything about that movie. Hell yeah. Okay. So we get 1 loot and then 3 equipment. Is that what you said?
Yes, yeah, 3
Okay.
equipment, and they can be from any world. And obviously, I mean, we can. I'm going to be very not restrictive in this because I can just throw harder, more powerful villains at you, right? So that's one difference between the Vigilante City OG edition and Master Edition. Master Edition doesn't give stats for the supervillains and the other villains. It just gives kind of like properties. So it gives them abilities which do stuff, but then it says to use, they recommend using the tier approach, which is on page 145 here, to determine the stats and the hearts of the villains, right? So like if I'm looking at one of the villains, which is called the Green Man, I can use him early on or I can use him later. And obviously you can do this in any role-playing game, right? You can tune the villains, but this like gives you explicit permission, or actually is telling you this is what you should do, right? So I can tune the Green Man, right? Like I don't, he could be a 1 heart like easy villain to defeat, or he could be
Right.
5 hearts and a plus 10 attribute.
Nice. That's pretty nifty.
But in comparison to the Green Man in ICRPG Vigilante City, he's got 2 hearts. He is a plus 10. That's interesting. And he's got actions 2 per round. Now, if you look, his skills or abilities are a little different. He's got some of the same ones, but there's a couple different ones in there. It's actually a little bit simpler in the Master Edition. It's more like prompts. And then the Vigilante City PDF, it's more of like, it's a full page, right? So it gives you, there's a little more to work with.
Cool.
But I'll be, generated that randomly, right? So there's a villains page, right, where you roll 1d12. This week in Vigilante City, what's happening? Then there's the evil scheme in its master, who's running it. So for your guys' first adventure, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to run. That's how I'm going to run it. I'm going to roll it up and see what I come up with.
Oh, man. Well, yeah, if, it'd be cool if somebody else wanted to hop in.
Well, yeah, and so anybody listening to this that's interested, you can reach out to us using either the Anchor app, or go to the Anchor website and leave a message for Cerebrivore, or you can send an email to cerebrivore@gmail.com, and or send an email to nerdsrpgvarietycast@gmail.com and reach out to us, and we'd be happy to set you up in the game. We're going to play roughly, we're looking to start in, what, you're looking at 9 o'clock Central?
Yeah, 9-ish Central, yeah.
Yeah, so not 9 Central on Thursdays is when we're talking about playing.
Every other Thursday, right? Or every Thursday?
I refer you to the GM there.
That's up to the players. I can play every Thursday, but I know some people have weird work schedules. Jason.
So if enough people join up, then because of the way superheroes work, it could definitely be drop in, drop out.
Totally.
If there's only 2 players, then probably we'll do it on a schedule when we can all get there.
That's right.
Do you have a name for your guy yet, Jason?
No.
Me neither. Yeah.
Captain Obvious.
Yeah, that might not be a bad one. So we may go with that. But I want to thank you guys for being willing to record this. I'm gonna cut this recording off here because we're at the point where it's not going to be very exciting hearing us muddle through the rest of this.
Yeah.
If you are interested, like I say, reach out. If not, definitely check out ICRPG Master Edition. But like Eric said, Vigilante City has a few other things in there, but you could definitely pick up ICRPG Master Edition and run superheroes without a problem, as well as cyberpunk and fantasy and sci-fi. And Master Edition, if only because the GM advice is one of those RPG books that everybody should have. It's a really great game.
Yeah, I would recommend just the GM section alone is worth the book.
Yeah. So any last thoughts?
I'm excited to play. I haven't played a superhero game for decades, and I can't wait. I'm excited.
Yeah, me too. So this is going to be. I played more recently. You have, but definitely excited. Eric, when was? Oh no, I guess last game I played in was Eric was also a player.
Yeah, it would have been Masks.
Yeah, when we were playing Masks.
Yeah, that's a game I want to play too. That game seems fun.
It is. I think it's something that I would like to play a little more. I enjoy the Powered by the Apocalypse games.
Me too. Huh,
they're fun.
Interesting. Okay, should we get out of here?
Yeah, let's get out of here.
Bye.
Take care, folks.
Bye.
A Nerd Central broadcast, Cerebral podcast. Let's savor all the flavors from the sign of Capstrong. All stars and pods past, Cerebral podcast. You're counting down your last as you admire that mom. Something's growing teeth, or soon escaping your brain. What I mean is this machine's a freak, and from what I understand, that's what don't look now, the Cerebral is coming, and all that's left. Crying and running, you can bring it, you can hide, you can bother in any order. Just another brain of legal tossers running for the border. Just a snack like a one. Can I stutter? Here and here. It's more expected buzz. You can eat on a billion, and it's just never say it. It's savory, the flavor of the movies it created.